Tom Holland was cast as the new Peter Parker Spider-Man for the Marvel-Sony partnership. However, is he going to be able to overcome what I call the Hulk syndrome, or will he be the Mark Ruffalo to Spider-Man? Find out today on cineNERD. Hey guys, Rob Vile coming at you today from the Nerdverse. Today, we're talking about Tom Holland, that kid who's known for... Following in true Marvel fashion, they've cast a relatively unknown actor in the role of Spider-Man. Now, this means that most likely he signed a big picture deal. We're looking at quite a few different films. We know that he's going to make an appearance in Civil War, and we know that he's going to get his own film coming out in 2017. So this means that Tom Holland will be nabbing bad guys and squaring off against J. Jonah Jameson for quite a while. This means that he does have to overcome what I did call the Hulk syndrome at the intro of the video. They've already recast Peter Parker Spider-Man at least 2 different times, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Will Tom Holland be able to bring something new to the table? Marvel's already said that they're not going to redo another origin story for Spider-Man. Thank God, because we all know how Spider-Man becomes Spider-Man. Science nerd, radioactive spider bite, and whether you're a fan of the franchise, the series or not, you know that story. So this is definitely a good move forward. Now, I know that there was a lot of talk on the internet about wanting to use Miles Morales, but because he has a different origin story than Peter Parker does, and they're not doing origin stories, unfortunately they had to go with the route of Peter Parker. So what does that mean with what went on with the Andrew Garfield films? Now we're just going to toss them in a different universe and call it good like they did with the comic books? Well, it's totally possible. There hasn't been a whole lot of news about what's going to be going on with canon with the previous films. However, they still are in talks of having a Venom-style film and a film that features the Sinister Six. Now those films were still in production planning prior to the switch of actors. Now they're still in production planning, however, I just assume that they're going to move the new character, Tom Holland, into the same role. Now this does mean that there can be a little bit of canon issues if we don't consider the Amazing Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield old news, just sort of different universe, alternate reality, which is very common to do in the comic books, not so common in the films. Now, what I would like to see is that the story remains canon and they just keep pushing forward with a new talent and new creative direction. Amy Pascal and Kevin Feige decided to move this direction, and they know what they're talking about. They know what they've done. And bringing the new guy here, they've gone through a very extensive search. We've heard rumors for the last few months about who it could be, and they finally narrowed it down. But Tom is definitely going to be the guy. I'll even include a link down below in the comments section so you can see a trailer for one of the things that he's done. However, I'm not super impressed yet. But they did cast Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and we weren't sure who he was other than Parks and Recreation, and he blew up. So like I said, Marvel definitely knows what they're doing with the casting. Now, who's directing the film? It's actually the same guy who directed Let's Be Cops earlier this year. Let's Be Cops was a film that I probably enjoyed way too much. But that's John Watts, and his style's really good. He's got a great grip on telling good stories, got a good telling for visual storytelling itself, and I'm excited to see what he got to bring to the table. Spider-Man will make his first appearance in the Marvel Civil War's story arc coming out later this year. His full feature-length film, all about him, will be July 28th of 2017. And stay tuned for future episodes of cineNERD, your movie news central in the Nerdverse. See you guys later.